What's up, guys? It's Frank here with the winners bracket finals between Mixu and Snoxtar. Best of 5. We're gonna start on Broken Crown for game number 1. Looks like a Vector's gonna already be harassing Snoxtar, trying to get the health camp, and it's gonna be quite effective in doing so as well. The this hidden Starforge is actually doing quite well. No way. Mixu with the Vector Rush, just showing him how it's done. Manages to blink that Vector out of there, get the health cabbage, and come back. And I think he will be able to steal this health camp. Cheeky boy. Cheeky boy. How's he... Are these... These don't give off their own cascade field, do they? I wish there was a way we could see that as casters. Ay, but yeah, the proxy vectors is pretty cool. I never even would have thought of doing that. I almost would prefer. I think this is a very cool build. Oh no, not the Fell Hogs! I think the if there were vectors coming out next to the speed camp, actually, so that way when the vectors pop out, they immediately have a speed buff, would be really interesting. But it seems like Mixu's got this first game pretty well in hand. Oh, but not before the first lash from the Weaver comes out and says, "Get over here, Vector. You're gonna get DPS'd by the imps temporarily." But yeah, I think there's really nothing that there's nothing that Snoxtar has that can answer the quickness of the Vectors. The Vectors are fast enough that they can run away from the brutes. I mean, really, from anything. The brutes, the gaunts, the Weaver. There's really nothing available for our Infernal player that can catch them. He might be able to get away with having a power bank. Why would you build a power bank there? There's nothing that comes out of the there's nothing that comes out of the Starforge that requires power, right? Unless you're gonna put an arc ship over there and just park it so your vectors can heal. Alright, Mixu is going to be able to get the speed camp. But Snoxtar, what can you do? What options are available to you? I know you're trying to get as many imps out to get your ego up and running as quickly as possible, but this is a lot of vectors to deal with, and vectors now having a little bit of anti-light damage. Yeah, they have the same. They have the same. I mean, besides the it's 8+2 against ground units at range 4. But do we see a single gaunt out? Because I want to say the gaunts are also 8+2, but not the. Oh yeah, these vectors are just ripping through these. Just ripping through those weavers, and the weavers are doing percent max health damage, but that just means that they kill anything in 5 hits. But when there's a lot of different things, like getting that many hits out is just not feasible. The vectors are going to try and start focusing down the gaunts. Yeah, the gaunts and the vectors have an identical weapon, except for the gaunts have +1 to range. Yeah, the exact same attack speed, the exact same damage profile for ground targets. It's just that the gaunts outrange them a little bit, and that and the gaunts have way less health. But I'd be interested. I need to go back and see what the cost comparison is between building one vector and like how many gaunts equal one vector, or at what point do they cost the same? And in that matchup, who would win? Alright, scan goes down. Yeah, the shrine just has to be done with it. But now the vectors are in fantastic range to do a lot of. Oh, but the infestation's out now. Yeah, an infestation is going to do a lot of good damage, especially against hit and run units like this, like the vectors that need to teleport in, do a bunch of damage, and then leave. They're still taking damage that entire time now. Oh, this the very far forward Ascension Matrix gets discovered and is going to start taking a lot of damage. But is it Surge? It's not Surge at the moment. I think the idea was to be able to pop in with its surge. What are these? What are they doing? What are these morph cores doing? They're just dying. Okay, now it's surged. So it's going to be doing, all these vectors are going to be doing plus 20% damage. See some interesting parting-ish micro there. Making sure that the injured ones get back. And yeah, this arc ship's going to try to heal up these vectors as best it can. But the healing mechanic, what is it called? The Skyward Salvation, the healing spell that the arc ship can cast on friendly units. It still heals for the same amount, it just takes longer to heal that much, so them being able to, the vectors being able to come in, poke, leave, and get healed, that cycle takes a little bit longer if they want to get max efficiency from the heals that they get from the arc ship, but looks like they're coming on back for round 2. And are they going to be able to finish off this shrine? They do cancel the shrine. It is a cancel, not a kill. Yeah, and Snoxtar hangs back just to see if the recall happens. Doesn't want to chase just in case, because the threat that the recall generates. Like if you chase too far and then suddenly, like, look how long that lasts. Those vectors could have recalled for quite a while there. Okay, but what else is coming on forward here? Okay, yeah, these power banks are exactly for the arc ship, so it can heal up quite a bit. Okay, meat farm goes down. Is he going to be able to get these Hellborn, though? Hellborn are heavy armored, so they don't take that bonus damage from the... They're heavy armored, but they don't have that much health. So that means that they're not taking bonus damage from the vectors. Very interesting seeing the... like, various power banks getting surged, so that the arc ship can charge up faster, and so that the power banks regenerate energy faster, and then get the just get the heals out quicker, and then they can start attacking stuff faster. Hellborn though, trying to do good AOE damage. No, did that work? I can't tell if that worked, but it seems like there's a lot fewer vectors now. Oh, or were they just split? Yeah, they were doing like a pincher maneuver there. But yeah, that's just not enough vectors to attack on 2 different fronts at once. And Snoxtar does have this shrine up and running. He does have imps populated on both sides. I go back and forth on whether or not static defense next to your imps is a good idea. At least meat farms have a dual purpose. It's not just, hey, you're sinking money into static defense and it does damage and that's about it. At least the meat farms also provide supply that you're going to be using later on anyway, but having said that, Snoxtar is supply blocked. But does he have enough money to build another meat farm somewhere? There we go. Yeah, he just threw down... Oh wait, Shroudstone, meat farm. There we go. There's all the static D I was hoping for. Mixu continues to circle around. And he's getting the roly-poly upgrade for a Superstone goes down, preventing the vectors from waltzing on into the worker line. And I love that Sim City there. It's almost turning into a tower defense game to prevent the vectors from getting into Snoxtar's third. But it looks like the Infernal Force has figured out that it's like, okay, here's a Starforge I can attack. So let's just take him down as we can. Snoxtar's oh no, the Kree are coming on forward, and the roly-polies are activated, so they are going to be able to do AoE damage, and just slice through all the gaunts that are unfortunate enough to get caught by them. But that Hellborn's actually getting pretty good shots off. Oh no, these are very far forward Infernals. I don't know if that was such a good idea. Okay, we don't see max saturation on that mine. That's something else that still trips me up. Anyway, I'm sure that much more skilled players don't have this issue, but making sure that whenever you Q build, whenever you use the macro panel to build stuff, depending on where you build will impact like what Oh, this is what a find here for our Infernal players. Snoxtar's going to be able to rip through so many power banks, and I think that's going to affect, well, it has the potential to affect the power level that Mixu's going to be able to fight with. But Mixu comes back with all of his vectors. We're going to see a huge clash of two forces here. Snoxtar throwing down so much infestation and a Nightfall infestation on these vectors, but we do see a Sovereign's Watch pop on one of the power banks there, but it doesn't last for long. The vectors want to press the issue, but they don't have that much health. These brutes at the front are not going to be taking that bonus damage from the vectors, so the vectors do waste a lot of energy, or waste a lot of shots on these brutes, but it's fine. The Hellborn in the backline are able to do fantastic AoE damage, but here come the Kree rolling on forward, doing bonus damage to all these lightly armored units, like the Gaunts, like the Fiends, and it looks like it's going to be the Celestial forces from the north pushing on forward, getting into contact with these Hellborn. The Hellborn are really what's been doing so much AoE damage, getting so much value out of these shots, but it looks like Snoxtar's army is slowly starting to crumble here. We might be seeing the end. Yeah, really, it's just this one Hellborn that's going to continue to do damage. The Superstone is doing what damage that it can, but it too gets taken out. And it looks like the Kree are fully upgraded with the Radiant Fury. Radiant Fury upgrade, of course, means that they can continue to move even after they take that lethal damage, so they can choose where they can explode. And I believe that explosion does do bonus to light. Yeah, it does 20 and plus 20 to light. And I believe it's spell damage as well. Ooh, Animancer's out now. Where's the Legion Hall? So Legion Hall's not very far forward, but we see a couple of Animancers out, and it seems like Mixu's just been, he's had the advantage this entire game. It feels like I don't think we've seen a single Infernal unit. Well, whoa! I say that, but I say that they're. I don't know what happened there. I'll have to edit that out. Anyway, yeah, so it looks like this is becoming quite a game here. All right, but I think now that Snoxtar has seen some Legion Hall units, he's trying to build some Shadow Flyers in advance, just so there's no surprises when it comes to like Archangels or Seraphim. He's already got a little bank of Shadow Flyers ready to go, so that if they do show up, the Shadow Flyers can come forward, nuke them all down, and yeah, like every moment that the Shadow Flyers are up, that buys the Spires, the Twilight Spires, time to regenerate charges. So that way, like, hey, you can build more Shadow Flyers, or other structures have a chance to build stuff. It's getting that supply back quicker. Superstone goes down right up next to the trees. I actually really like that, minimizing the amount of surface area that the Kree can get. And yeah, and all these Kree and the Vector's going to be doing damage, trying to do damage against the Brutes, but it's not going to work as well as they hope. Storm goes down for the Animancer, and the Kree do eventually get through all those infantry, the frontline infantry units there, but no! So many Kree going down. I think, yeah, as low tech as they are, I think that Brutes are the correct answer here for all these, for the Kree. And the Kree they do fantastic against the Gaunts, but we really don't see that many Gaunts out anymore. And now, yeah, these Hellborn need to move forward just a little bit so their friends can come in and get better connections. Yeah, and it looks like Mixu's on red power now. He's used so many top bar abilities, and the energy regeneration is just so slow for Celestials that his options are to, the Archangels Meteor Smash right into the faces of these Hellborn, but isn't able to kill them. They do Avatar up, so they're going to be doing damage in a line, but they need to get out of there. There's so many Hellborn that are going to be doing bonus damage to heavy, so that's 60 damage per shot from these Hellborn against these Archangels, and the Archangels need to go back and heal up. They're just worth so much that throwing them away isn't an option. Hellborn, though, focusing down this this array, while everything at the top ground of this plateau is getting cleaned up. Snoxtar's actually pushing out and regaining some ground. You love to see it. Okay, the Archangels come down. They Meteor Smash again, but actually they do have enough. They do have enough health to, or enough energy rather, to Avatar, but they don't. And they're overflying the power banks so they can regenerate enough energy to do another Meteor Smash here. But yeah, Snoxtar is just relentless in his push. He's killing more and more power banks, putting Mixu further and further into a power debt. The Arc Fortress and the Arc Ship are both trying to heal up the Celestials as best they can, but oh no! Now even the creep camps are getting involved here, and but they're fighting Snoxtar's army. No! So Snoxtar's army is getting hit by both the creep camps as well as the Celestials. But oh, I love that! Did you see the Weavers managed to lash some? They managed to lash some Hellborn to the front lines here, so the Hellborn don't have to like waddle their way forward slowly. They managed to get further forward, and on top of that, they managed to regenerate a lot of the white health, because the lash, I think, restores all of the white health of whatever friendly unit got lashed. No way. Mixu GG's out. I can't believe Snoxtar won this game. GG's, guys. Snoxtar takes the first game in this best of 5. Alright, guys, game number 2 between Snoxtar and Mixu. Mixu switching back to his Vanguard race from the Celestials that he was playing in game 1. Looks like Scout's going to come forward here and see nothing too interesting happening, but he's going to chew on the building a little bit. I don't think he got vision of the pathway here that was mined through to go to the double Luminite. So this might unintentionally be sneaky. No. Mixu's going to find it. Yep, there he is. Mixu sees it. He sees the shrine being built. So he knows it's going to be a shrine first. And these, this Hexen's technically doing damage, but there's heal hugs available, so these Bobs can heal each other up faster than that, faster than the Hexen can hurt them. But we are going to see the barracks finish up in the natural for Mixu first. Yeah, I don't see what the point is here. Dog shows up. Time to go home. Time to teleport. Alright, now the game can resume. Do we see any productions coming out? Yep. Conclave first, quickly followed by an Iron Vault. Nothing really in the main for Mixu, which opens up interesting opportunities if we do see maybe a bunch of Fiends that can rush in, get a bunch of damage, and then leave. That might be kind of cool. But I think the next really interesting thing for Mixu, I think, will be, does he suspect that there's this little back alley here out of the main for Snoxtar? Because if he thinks that there's this, he may be able to just try and rush in units and not go through the natural. Because, yeah, here we go. There's going to be another shrine going down in the natural right now. Yeah, this... I think an effigy would be great here, just because there's so many units that would benefit from it. But anyway, back to what Mixu, whether or not Mixu knows there's this back door. I think running through the double Luminite to get into the main is pretty good. Like, you don't have to suffer as much through trying to get through the natural, having to suffer through the reinforcements coming from the double Luminite and the main and the natural. He can get some fast units to go through the double Luminite into the main. He has access to a lot of very interesting tech structures and production structures, and of course the workers as well. But we'll see. I think the key to doing that is getting hedgehogs out. He's got a Vulcan coming out instead. There's the dog. There's a Lancer. There's another Lancer. There's a bunch of Fiends. Oh no! I don't think there's going to be enough time. No, this Hexen's taking so much damage. Is he gonna die? He does. No, it's because the Lancer had the AoE hit, and it has like a cone of damage. So he killed the Lancer killed the effigy, and the Hexen was stuck inside of the cone of misfortune is what I'm gonna call it. There we go. That Hexen gets the health cabbage. Is the dog gonna die though? It is. But 3 Lancers versus 2 Brutes and a bunch of Gaunts is not going to be a favorable interaction for our Infernal player here. Unless we can play Ring Around the Rosie with the Gaunts. But 2 Gaunts already go down of the 4 that could have been a part of this fight. Medtech's out to start helping the Bio Infantry of the Vanguard heal back up. Here we go. Now we're going to see a couple of... oh! Did they see it, though? No, the Fiends are still moving forward. They're running past so many Bobs. They're running past so many Bobs that, like, could clue them into what's going on here. Here we go. Yeah, there's really not much that's defending these, the main from Mixu. But I don't think Mixu has much to worry about. He could always come back and, oh, the Bob pulls a couple of Bobs, says, hey, get out of here. We're, you know, it's very cheeky, very cute Fiends, but no. You're not welcome. Alright, so Vulcan, Medtech, Lancer, Hedgehog, that classic build, is going to come forward and start taking out the Luminite camp here. There's a lot of damage to this, that's not that much damage that Vulcan took. Is there... Okay, so there's Nanoswarm on it. I just don't see the effect. I see Nanoswarm on the Lancer instead of the Vulcan. That's interesting. That might have to be a bug that I, you know, gets reported to the devs or something. Or was that Nanoswarm actually on the Lancer? Because it shouldn't have been. Yeah, Lancers are biological. I don't know how that landed on the Lancer. That's strange. Anyway, let's check up on what's going. Okay, so Plague Axes are done. Reaper's Rush coming online. Tier 2's finished. We don't see Tier 3 getting upgraded just yet. Okay, but this does look like a very... It's a good army. We'll put it like that. It's not only Tier 2. It's not, oops, all Tier 2. There's a healthy amount of Gaunts in there to make sure that Infestation gets spread to everything. There's that Weaver to lash at least one Vulcan. So yeah, this is shaping up to be kind of scary. We don't see any Hellborn out though. Oh no, the Weaver's going away. Get all your forces back there. We don't see a backdoor being made anywhere just yet into the double Luminite. Oh, but we might soon. Yeah, I think that evac saw the Weaver and was like, nope, that's a recipe for disaster. We know the Vulcan's going to be taking % max health damage, and that's extra painful, especially with the higher health units. So Magadons are going to do their little stun stomps on forward. The the Lancers are trying to get out of there, but they do get trapped behind the Magadons. And now it's the Weaver's turn. Oh! Nice Nightfall Infestation there. It only catches a couple of units, but the Stomps are going to do the rest of the work. And the Fiends are going to be able to chase down and catch this, Oh, wait, no, we do have Vulcans in the double Luminite. They took out so many imps there. A Shields Up goes down on this very injured Vulcan. How much life does it have? They're both so injured. Yeah, and having to respond to that was a bit of a nightmare. Having to use his army to walk all the way around the trees. He decides to say, you know what, fine. If you want access to my double Luminite, there you go. But now I can respond that much quicker. Doesn't take... Okay, he has taken the Vision Camp. I was going to say, that's almost mandatory that you take that Vision Camp so you don't telegraph where your army is. And I also like these Singular Fiends going for the Luminite Camp. The Luminite Camp especially is just so good to get. For the price of a Fiend. Like, why would you not get that? And as a corollary, why would you not defend that? I know it's past halfway done, so it's... You know, it's still a net gain for Mixu there, but all right. Still, we've got a couple of Hellborn in here. I'm really liking the variety in the Infernal army here, as well as Mixu's army for that matter. Like we see that he's covering a lot of different bases. I wish these Exos weren't taking frontline damage, because that's kind of the Vulcan's job. But it's fine. It's fine. And I think the... Yeah, I'm pretty sure... Alright, the Hornets get spotted here by the meat farm. Poor little fell hogs. Meat farm's going to go down, but did a good job in scouting where the opponent is. So I think reinforcing back to the natural could happen. It needs to happen sooner than later. There we go. Fantastic AoE hits here from the Hellborn saying like, hey, if you want to be in that choke, here's a Super Stone, here's a Shroud Stone, here's a bunch of Hellborn that have been doing AoE damage, but the healing Nano Swarms, the Heal Swarms, are doing a lot of work in terms of keeping those Hornets alive. Magadons are going to stomp on forward and get fantastic connections against all those Exos. Shields Up goes down on top of one of the Hornets, which is continuing to do so much damage against the Hellborn. As is the Vulcan and this Exo over here. Is this just it? No, there's so many Hellborn, they can do so much damage. Yeah, now the retreating Exos are gonna have to deal with Fiends chasing them down. Energy regen camp was not long for this world. What an interesting fight. Snoxtar is pretty far behind in supply now. But that doesn't mean that Mixu wants to press the attack. I think he's worried about, oh no, is it going to be another Vulcan drop? It is, but there's not that many, well, there are now. I was going to say there's not that many imps here that'll be that scary. But there are now. Oh, and the Shadow Flyers are going to come by. Yeah, they take out the evac. Vulcan has to dash on out of there. And a single Gaunt's going to try and face off against a Hornet, but I think that doesn't end well for the Gaunt. Now we have multiple Gaunts. Speedy Gaunts. What is this Bob doing? Bob, where are you? You are lost, my friend. You are in the wrong neighborhood. But free Fiend for Snoxtar. I'm sure he won't complain. Vulcan's going to continue to be annoying and make his presence known here, taking that energy camp, and there's really nothing at home to deal with it. There we go. We see a Brute, a couple of Gaunts coming forward. Another Superstone goes down. It's going to start DPSing down this. It's going to start DPSing down the Vulcan. Veteran C3 Vulcan disappears, but the big fight's going down over here at the 3 o'clock of center position. Weaver's taking so much damage, and there's really not much that's going to be doing anti-light damage here at the front of Mixu's army. We do see Survival Protocol pop, so it has been researched. Woo! Lash on the Vulcan. Shields up on the Vulcan, so it's gonna stay alive for now. And it does have great AoE, but it's still taking some damage. The evac saves it. It's gonna drop it down further back in the line so it can shoot from a distance. But finally, Shields Up runs out, and does Snoxtar want to press the issue? Does he want to keep on pushing forward? No, I don't think he does. I think Mixu's got enough of a defender's advantage over here. We did see that the Global Shroud spell being cast, though, and that's going to be an issue for this base over here. Yeah, the Weaver doing that % max health damage to the command post is a big problem. Oh no, but the Hellborn were at the back line, so they're going to be taking so much damage from all the reinforcing army units of Mixu. They do back up a little bit, and they're going to let the Gaunts, the Brute, and the Fiends kind of take some of the damage here. They're going to find another Hellborn kind of by itself trying to reinforce, but I think this is going to turn into this army right here from Mixu getting sandwiched between the army that's been like alive in the south and the reinforcements coming from the north. Yeah, another Sentinel goes down to the Shadow Flyers, and another Sentinel up here. Is it going to live? 6, 3, 4, 1. Down it goes. But yeah, the army that was here and taking out this base of Mixu finally gets taken out, and Snoxtar's down to tier 1 units, retreating while he's down by about 80 supply. Not a good position to be in. And he's spending all of his money. Mixu, on the other hand, has floating 1100 Luminite. Needs to spend it on, I mean, who cares what he spends it on? He needs to spend it on Lancers or something, but it looks like he's throwing down a Command post right next to the double Therium. I'm surprised he's not building it right up next to the Therium, because he's starving for it right now. But, yeah, it's not happening. Okay. Imps long-distance mining from this Luminite camp, and, oh, it looks like this this command post is going to get discovered by these Gaunts. It's going to get focused down. Yeah, there's no point in building anything else here. All this Vanguard, though, shows up, but the Dragon's out for Snoxtar. And the Dragon is quite the tide changer. Even though Snoxtar is down by quite a bit in supply, being able to infest this huge swath of units, as well as doing I think it's 120 damage per shot. No, it's 140 damage versus structures, but still 90 damage per shot, regardless of heavy or light armor, is pretty insane. As well as spawning an extra feed from nearby infested targets is, yeah, the Dragon's a game changer. Alright, but the game is settling back down. Yeah, Snoxtar just getting as much Luminite as he can from these. Oh, but the Dragon's going on a solo mission. Actually, I love this. No, because once the Bobs start going down and getting picked off, yeah, once everything like stays infested, that's a big problem for this resource base. This could be a huge problem with as many Bobs that could go down and just keep on creating fiends. And it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, Mixu's going to have to react to this. But are they going to be able to burst down this command post? They might be able to. No, the Hedgehogs turn around. Yeah, this command post is just gone. And look at all these fiends that were generated from the Dragon going on a solo mission. That's so good. Oh, no! The Vectors all... Oh, but system-shocked Exos are going to try to chase the Dragon down. It's not going to work. Does manage to do a Plague Breath and a quick Inhale. I forget what the Inhale spell is called. Med Station gets the buff from the Rampart there. Oh, and so many miasmas going down on these on those Hedgehogs. The Global Shroud goes down as well. Yeah, this is just a miasma hole. What is this huge fight that I'm seeing? This is fantastic. So many survival protocols popping on the Exos. The Dragon's continuing to get good connections with that Plague Breath, but Snoxtar, he just doesn't have the supply to keep fighting here. He can keep zoning his opponent back, but that's just so many Exos. Even with the power of miasma, he's getting pushed back. But that was a lot of good damage that was done as well. So many sieged up Hedgehogs were just stuck sitting inside of miasma. More miasmas going down here. Graven goes down. A lot of the Hedgehogs going down as well. The Dragon's continuing to inhale. Do a lot of inhalation damage. Oh, but these Hellborn are just dead. And there's so many Exos clumped up here. Okay, nice zoning out using the miasma there, and yeah, that's a lot of Exos taking infestation damage. Yeah, this, like, clumped up small units is exactly what infestation was meant to do. And it's almost purpose-built for the Infernal Army to counter, especially with all these Hellborn. Do they have Molten Touch? Yeah, they do have Molten Touch. So Molten Touch and miasma, and infestation doing that damage over time to all these units is pretty deadly. Now, there are quite a few medtechs out that are going to be able to top off these Exos as they get the energy regen. And we know that System Shock has been researched, so the Survival Protocol gets popped. There we go. Turns into Fiends. Now everything here can get turned into more Fiends, I guess. Yeah, the entire army from Mixu has to respond to this. And now he's going to start pushing upwards on the west side of the map. It's just this Dragon that's here to defend. But no, now he's got to shift on over to this side of the map, because everything over here is getting taken out. Oh, no. Alright, Atlas does get picked up, and I think they're going to get redeployed there, but there's so much over here getting choked up in this choke point in the forest. This Atlas is just getting in the way of absolutely everything. Atlas, come on, buddy. You're holding up the line. Oh, fantastic hits from the Atlas there. Shadowfly's coming on forward, trying to scare off the evac from being able to pick up the Atlas drops. But will the Hellborn won't be able to have an effective counter to all this. Fantastic Plague Breath gets on absolutely everything. Hexen had enough energy to throw down another miasma, I think, but not worth it ultimately. These Atlases with their... No, Dragon! Ooh, Lord. Alright, the supply gap is slowly closing between Snoxtar and Mixu here. This is what a game two. What a game two between these two. Alright, yeah, Atlas drops continuing to cause a bunch of problems here. Woo! Woo! That Atlas is asking, or that evac is asking for trouble. Oh, you see a bunch of fiends doing the run by down here at the south, saying, "Hey, I know you've got a really big army, and you probably want all that Luminite to rebuild." Not realizing that Mixu has 1,800 Luminite in the bank. It doesn't matter yet. Oh, it might matter though. That's a lot of vanguards showing up to save the command post. Will they? They don't. Right as all the fiends get taken out too. Not a moment too late. Okay, so now we've got this like huge no man's land here in the center. No one wants to attack into this valley and be in the low ground while there's so many sieged up Atlases right there. Although, you know what? Oh, actually, no. I was about to say that those sieged up Atlases would make a juicy target for the dragon, but there's sieged up Hornets as well, which are able to do so much DPS that I think that yeah, the dragon does not want to come anywhere near that. Plague Breath! No! The Exos rush forward and managed to take the dragon out so fast. I know the dragon has a lot of HP, but man, it just vanished. Alright, Snoxtar's finally at about the even supply with Mixu, and he's actually ahead in terms of bank. I think the this double Therium... Oh, the double Therium... Okay, it is one of the patches is getting mined there, but we don't see the other one getting hit all that much. The Fiend Festival over here on the Vision Camp for Mixu. Yeah, they need to get out of there before they all get erased by these Atlases. They do leave. And you know what? That might be a big portion of the supply here for Mixu, or for Snoxtar, is in those Fiends. Mixu coming on forward, wants to move forward, and well, I guess all he does is just take a lot of Molten Touch hits on his Exos. They all get refreshed, and Survival Protocol pops on a bunch of them. Yeah, and these Exos are going to continue. Oh, Miasma's going to go down. Whoa, this is actually a fantastic fight for Snoxtar. Meanwhile, the other fight going on the west side of that X marks the spot in the center of the map. Mixu's going to push in, but I think he's worried about pushing too far into all this static defense. But does he have that much to worry about? I don't think so. Oh no, do you really want Atlases in contact with all that stuff? I guess he does. Yeah, the shrine is going to go down no matter what, but so many imps, he can evac the imps! Decides not to. All these Hellborn are going to march forward though, and the shields up is on the it's on this Atlas, and Mixu's down to 9 top bar energy. So Snoxtar winning the fight over here on the east side of the divide, and making sure that everything is affected by the Molten Touch damage over time effect. Rampart's doing what they can to defend these sentry turrets, but oh, these Exos are going to come forward and they're going to start taking out command posts, or command structures, I should say. Yeah, Snoxtar either has to respond to this, or it's time to start a base trade situation. Oh no! Yeah, it looks like the Hellborn want to continue to push forward into Mixu's bases says, look, you took my forward Luminite mine, I'm going to take yours. And then he decides to back up. All of his units were generating that white health that they so desperately need. Will they get it? Throws down another effigy. Yeah. And then that Lancer decides to leave. I really like that, actually. Oh, and the health regen here for the Infernal is going to be invaluable, especially for these expensive units. Like the Hellborn. Let's see here. That was a level 3. Oh, we don't see what level camp it is. Now that it's regenerating, that's too bad. It's another thing that I'd love to see. Is if we click on it, like knowing what level of a camp it is would be very helpful. But here we can see 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's what is that? About 1.5 HP regen per second. Pretty good. And this Therium camp has never been touched, so it's going down for the first time, and that's going to be a lot more Therium in the pocket of Snoxtar. I think Snoxtar could take advantage of, like, he knows that Mixu's units keep on getting hung up at this choke. There's just so many trees that are creating, like, an adverse Sim City for Mixu to reinforce when the fight's going on over at the East Side River. So I think if he could, like, basically camp that spot, it'd be really good. Man, this Therium camp's it's at level 5 now. Or it was killed at level 4, but I think the level up happens at the respawn, not after the death of the creeps, so it's functionally a level 4 camp. I will say I'm so impressed by the Atlas drop micro with this evac. Evac Atlas drops are, this has just been an absolute showcase on how to do it well. Now a bunch of Exos get caught, MedTech gets caught. A lot of those Exos survive, though. Yeah, Exos are just a fantastic unit once they have survival protocol up, especially when it's in this this lull period. Like if you're the person that's facing a Vanguard and you see that you see the Exos pop their survival protocol, like you have to get as much damage done as possible, because if they leave and then you guys just get into staring contest of like, all right, well, I mean there's a cooldown. It's a really long cooldown, but those oh no, this is what I'm talking about. The evac drops, the Atlas drops have been insane. Look at that, he's just deleting gaunts. Couple of Exos here, couple of Vulcan. These little skirmishes that aren't the big battles are really my favorite part of Stormgate. Oh, put the shields up on the evac at the very last minute. Vulcan does go down. Man. Whoa! But they can't catch it. They can't. Oh, he does catch it, and they were full of the. It was fully loaded as well. The dragon, the next dragon, the second dragon just popped out. This game has gone so long that we've seen a second dragon now. Ooh, Lord. But Snoxtar again falling way behind in supply, and I think this map is starting to get mined out. It's not very often that we see Isle of Dread getting completely mined out, but that's kind of the situation that we're in. Main has been mined out for a while. Natural's mined out. Even the double Luminite's mined out. This has not been mined out, but it's not for lack of trying. And let's see here. Mixu is slowly getting... Okay, no, he's got this command post, but why is nothing mining from it? Where's your bobs? Where are the bobs going? He even has idle bobs. Oh no, I'm missing a huge fight here. The big blue sentinel bubbles are shielding most of Mixu's force here. There we go. Molten Touch reapplied to a lot of the Exos. Oh, and a system shot goes down to make sure that the Exos are rid of the Plague Breath. But yeah, I think we're slowly seeing Snoxtar bleed out ever so slowly. The dragon, though, is such a menace. Yeah, Infestation plus Molten Touch is just so tough to deal with. Med Station gets turned on just so the Exos don't die to any of the damage over time effects, and that way maybe they can get the survival protocol off a cooldown eventually. But it's a 2-minute cooldown, and that is a long time in an RTS. But maybe not in this game. 29 minutes long. What a game! And it's still going. Level 5 Luminite camp does go down, but it takes a concentrated fire of all 186 supply of Mixu's army to make it happen. Yeah, the level 5 creeps are nothing to deal with. Or nothing to sneeze at, I should say. Oh, we do see a fantastic run by here on some more Bobs. Oh no, but the Hornet's going to start doing fantastic damage to the Dragon. Dragon leaves. Yep, goes over a lot of the impassable terrain, a lot of the cliffs that the Exos can't system shock and deal with. Oh wait, yeah, that's a stasis drone. Why was the Sentinel trying to put a stasis drone on? Maybe he was trying to put a stasis drone on the Dragon, but the Dragon's huge, and therefore I think it has a resilient tag. Yeah, it's resilient, so that means it can't be CC'd. Oh, but it's going to be taking all this damage from the slimes. No! The system shock goes down. Are they going to be able to get the Dragon? No, but they're going to come forward and start taking out all the Hellborn. And the blue defensive bubble of the Sentinel is going to start doing a lot of work here. Absorbing a lot of damage. Snoxtar's down to 50-ish supply. And there's the GG from Snoxtar. Mixu ties up the series, but holy game. 30-minute game, Mixu versus Snoxtar. Thank you so much for the games, guys. On to game 3. Alright. What a game 2. Here we are in game 3. And I don't think it's going to be a half-hour long game like game 2 was. But, we'll find out. We do see a meat farm going down before the shrine here for Snoxtar. Meanwhile, back in the main, we're going to see a mech bay immediately after the barracks. So I'm guessing this is going to be hedgehogs. There we go. Just stocking up on fiends. Wait, where's that one going? Alright, well, see you later. I have no idea where that fiend is running off to. Maybe just run to go do a quick scout over here. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a hedgehog first. While the rest of everything else here is going to start attacking these shadow demons. 2 Lancers took out the health camp. We're coming up to... This is so... It just feels very bizarre for me as a caster, like, to go from casting a 200 supply versus 200 supply endgame fight to this, like, oh, here come the 2 Lancers. It's a very... It's quite a flip in perspective here. Alright, but it looks like Snoxtar's fiends are going to make their way into... Oh, are they going to catch this hedgehog? I think they outspeed it. Oh. Nope. Okay. Emergency veterancy does go down, but now it's these Lancers, the hedgehog, and the... Yeah, Lancer Hog is going to come over here and steal this health camp. But what else is going to be done here? We have the Naturals up and running for Snoxtar. We do have a vault and a shrine, but no ritual chamber yet, so we're not going to be seeing infestation applied across the board just yet. These fiends. Oh, these fiends are camped out. They want to catch something else. Woo! Oh, they very nearly trapped the hedgehog. That would have been a cool grab. Meanwhile, Mixu knows that his infernal opponent relies on creep camps quite a bit for that side income that isn't just mining, but getting the Ethereum from the energy regen camp is also a bit of a boon for the, well, really for both players, but Infernal players need it just a tad bit more. Their tier 2 units for Infernal are so expensive. They're really good, but they're also really expensive, which seems a little strange to me that that the Infernals, which are meant to be like the swarmy-ish army, has very heavy hitting tier 2 units like that. That like cost a lot and also do a lot. Alright, Hedgehogs find the imp that was going to make the third there for Snoxtar. We see a shields up go down. There we go. Oh, on this Vulcan. Ooh, lordy. Yeah, and that shields up's not going to last forever. Oh, there we go. Perma effigy goes down. Nightfall Infestation does manage to land on this Vulcan. And it's dead. Finally. What is this one? Is that... How was there an offensive nano swarm on a Weaver, on any kind of Infernal unit? I wonder if that's just like the replay that's bugged a little bit, or was that offensive nano swarm actually on the Weaver? I'll have to go back and check that out later. We're seeing a pretty respectable army here from Snoxtar showing up to the natural of Mixu. First Hedgehog gets lashed. But these Hedgehogs are going to be doing bonus damage to the Brutes the entire time. And these Gaunts are going to make sure that everything stays infested for the duration of the fight. Oh no, but these Brutes are getting great connections here on the... Oh no, the Bobs! The Bobs come forward and they're going to start doing damage to the effigy. Are they going to be able to knock it down? They don't knock it down. It's down to... That's got to be 1 HP. Yeah, 1 HP. Nightfall Infestation lands on the Bobs. They're going to start doing the heal hugs to try and keep each other alive. Another Hedgehog goes down. And now the Fiends are going to start getting in contact with the Bobs. GG says Mixu Snoxtar is going to go up 2-1. See, guys, we can have games that don't go 30 minutes long. This was still a cool game, though. I did not expect this aggression from Snoxtar to work. But, yeah, GG's. On to the next game. Alright guys, game number 4 between Snoxtar and Mixu in the winners bracket finals for HupCup number 2. And down goes the Shrine, not first, Vault first into Shrine. Hexen's going to do his little dance while waiting for the... Oh! Just taking little nibbles here and there. Mixu putting on a masterclass of how to be annoying with a dog. Oh, man. No, did he actually get it? I think he did. I think Mixu actually did get that slime. No way. Ay. Yeah, and the Brute's gonna go down as well. Ay. Is there another... Oh, it just looks like it's not finished building because I did the time skips to get to the good parts for you guys, the viewers. Okay, so now it's Mixu's turn to take his own health camp here, and he's going to be really annoying about it. But he is going to be able to get a Fiend to scout, well, really everything. BK Lab is going to be going down in the Au Natural. Nothing is going to get seen up in the main because there's nothing to see. Nothing to see here, folks. Hellforge first. I guess that's his only option because he doesn't have a Conclave up to do any Ritual Shrine stuff. Alright, tit for tat. Snoxtar takes the speed camp in front of Mixu's base there, but yeah, now he's getting his Lancer and his Scout back, just in case there's going to be some aggression onto the natural here. Doesn't want his army units to be gone for that, or I guess not. I mean, that could have been... Yeah, I think he's running forward here to try and answer what units might be there, but there's nothing there. I think Snoxtar's just gonna go over, grab his, grab the other speed camp, and just continue to, yeah, get the bounties from these creeps. There we go. Bait out the telegraph attack. Let his fiends take the brunt of some of that damage. And this Hexen has enough energy to get another skull out. Honestly, when I'm after the first camp, when the Hexen uses all of its energy up, I just put the skull on autocast. I'll forget not to do it, or I'll forget to do it rather. So it's better to just have it doing it automatically. It's not like the Hexen gets a huge energy bank anyway. It's usually obsolete by the time I run out of energy. So a lone cast of skull here and there is not going to affect much. But whoa, Mixu taking the center Luminite camp is pretty big, and I think he's is that always? I don't know what that was. What just dissolved from the sentry turret. It looks like the fiends are going to run past this Exo. They're going to look for a third and not find it. But Snoxtar's third is finished, but it's not mining anything. And I'm sure he's got... Well, Snoxtar's hurting for Luminite at the moment. So he does have tier 2 up. Plague X is about to finish, and it's going to finish right in time, too. The Exos are showing up to his doorstep. Alright, so this Lancer's going to go from... Oh no, he's not going to capture the speed camp. What? Okay, but there's no... Is the global passive not showing up on the unit cards? I think it's not. Because if Snoxtar's controlling 2 speed camps, there should be a global passive speed buff, right? But we're not seeing that when you hover over the armor. Feels a little odd. That's alright. A couple of meat farms going down just to protect the imps in case something decides to cruise on by and say hello. But we don't see any tier 2 yet. Even though we should. Uh-oh, yeah, here comes trouble. Before the actual trouble shows up. Alright, one of the Exos is going to get hit with the skull. Another skull. Everything is infested. Is the evac gonna be able to rescue stuff though? I think it will eventually. But so many of these Infernos are just off the creep right now. Woo! Yeah, the Hellborn's out, and the Hellborn says you don't get to have structures this close to my base. But the I keep wanting to call it an aid station, but it's the med station. And Mixu's Exo Ball is gonna come up to Snoxtar's third. Is he gonna be able to take it down though? This is a lot of Exos, and they're gonna be able to get fantastic. DPS density on it, but they're going to go for the imps instead. Yeah, and everything's going to get infested again. And evac doing some Fast and Furious Vin Diesel moves to pick up some, try and pick up some units and then get them back to safety. The Gaunts are off of Shroud now though, so they're not going to be doing any infestation. Not going to be doing any infesting. And I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, no, Molten Touch is not up. We don't see tier 3 coming online yet for Snoxtar anytime soon. But Snoxtar has been doing a pretty decent job defending. He did lose a few imps over here, but they've already been replaced for the most part. Another Conclave going down over there at the third. Mixu stepping back onto Shroud to cause some trouble. Oh no, is he going to be getting a lot of imps again? I think he is. Yeah, oh no, even the Lance is getting a couple of swipes in as well. Ay. Losing the effigies is kind of a pain too, just because they, I mean, they cost Animus, and Animus is something that you want to conserve, especially when you've only got 27 Animus. It's not as if you're, it's not as if you can just passively regenerate it like Vanguard can. You need to take fights and get things to die to capture that Animus. So That and saving it up for either, you know, Nightfall Infestation or for a dragon or something. It sucks when you have to keep putting down effigies again and again and again. But really, that's like this is the avenue of attack for Mixu. Mixu loves coming up here, taking out the effigies, and then going for either side, which really is the way to do it. I mean, making sure that your opponent is stepping off of Shroud when they come to attack you is pretty nice. It means that another effigy has to be dropped in order for that infestation to go down, and in order for all those units that are fighting at the front lines to get that passive white health regen. Just like this, look, they're... Alright, well, they were fighting off the Shroud for a little bit. Evac's getting the healing nano swarms, which is pretty good. Okay, but the Hellborn are going to get fantastic shots getting lobbed into the Exo Ball, but these med stations are just doing so much work. The advantage of the med station with Exos, they pair so well because you can clump so many Exos into the healing aura of the med station. Oh no! The Shadow Flyers kind of like went right past the evacs there, and I think we're... Yeah, Mixu's just slowly toppling Snoxtar over. Yeah, Snoxtar GG's out. There's just too much harassment going on. He's not going to be able to keep up with it, and he knows he's getting... You know, Mixu's expanding behind all of that. So GG's, Mixu takes game number 4. Going on to game 5 in the best of 5. GG's, guys. Alright, guys, it's Frank here in the final game of the best of 5 between Mixu and Snoxtar in the winner's bracket finals. So it's the round of 2 in the winner bracket. And the loser drops down to the loser's bracket, and I believe gets another shot at the finals if they manage to win the lower bracket as well. Dog does manage to scout out Snoxtar's shrine, and does manage to find out where his opponent's at, but the Hexen over here still has to wander around. But I think just by the nature of the speed at which the dog showed up to Snoxtar's natural, he kind of knows that it should be cross spawn. But that's still, knowing that your opponent is cross spawn is not the same thing as knowing what your opponent's building in their natural. So it doesn't really matter all that much, but the Hexen is going to go over here to the health camp just so they can start getting that knocked out. And I guess he wants to save the scouting for a later time, which is totally fine. Barracks is finished. It's not building anything just yet. Is he going to try and take that health camp with the Lancer and Dougie? Looks like he is. Second Lancer is coming out to assist, though. Nothing in the main. We're going to see what's in the natural. There we go. Quick Ritual Chamber just to get the Plague X's started up. Plague X's are so good. And Mixu loves his Exo Balls. So I think getting those Plague X's up and running sooner than later is going to be to his benefit. The more damage he can do to an Exo Ball before the really broken stuff comes online for Vanguard, like System Shock and Survival Protocol and all this stuff. Oh no, lost the Lancer. A Lancer goes down to Slimes. You don't see that every day. Alright, Plague X's is finally started here for Snoxtar, and it should be up and running here soon. Alright. What's going on? What's all this then? As the people from Grimmy side of the planet would say. Sorry, I don't actually think that British people talk like that, but you know, it's the internet. Hog Lancer, Lancer. Hog, Dog, and Lancer. Alright, these fiends are kind of getting... Ooh. Whoa, the Brute is actually like landing hits on the Hedgehog. You don't see that all the time. The Lancers just walk past the Gaunts. I guess they didn't want to be doing the that bonus to light damage. Gaunts, what are you doing? Gaunts, what are you doing? Oh no, I think the rally point is set onto the Hexen, isn't it? Where's the give me a production structure here. No, it's not. Okay, so it's set to right there now, which is good. But still not ideal. Yeah, the Hedgehogs all getting infested and trying to fight Infernals on their own Shroud. Spicy move. Spicy move. But they are going to prevent Snoxtar from throwing down another shrine over at the Double Therium, which is good. They definitely don't want Snoxtar having any more resources than he needs. And it looks like Mixu's just like going all in on Hedgehog Lancer. Do we see any more? Oh, we see a drop here. All right, all the gaunts get back inside. Ooh, is he going to be able to start doing enough damage to that Hedgehog? No. All the gaunts get back in. And, yeah. Ooh, and there was a Hexen in there as well. Interesting. I wonder if it was full when it left. If it was full of gaunts, or if it was just like, hey, we're at the point where we're at. So just get in. We're going to do a quick drop. Quick adventure, Morty. In and out, 20 minutes. I think was the... was what the Hexen was saying to the gaunts right before they land. Here we go. That's a juicy target. That's another one. Okay, but everything, all the gaunts need leave. No. Okay, does live. All right, here comes the Harbinger to get up to more nonsense. Ooh, and the dog... No! Is it going to get taken out? Yeah, these are not very durable units. Harbinger gets spotted by the... Oh, does it get out? It does get out. Woo! Woo! That would have been a bad time. I believe that's what would have been called a bad time for this Harbinger. But he does manage to teleport out. Spriggans are already out at the 6-minute, 23-second mark. It's quite quick, but I wonder if that's the idea here. Snoxtar knows that he's been doing great in the defensive fights against Mixu. He is starting to lag behind a little bit in terms of supply, but he's certainly higher up the tech tree now. But these Spriggans, I think, are meant to... Okay, I know the Spriggan attacks do impact move speed, which means that the Hedgehogs might not be able to kite as well as they want to. But yeah, some of the sieged up Hedgehogs are being able to keep the Spriggans back. No, and they keep on sieging up. These Spriggans are not long for this world. We need more anti-light damage here. The Gaunts are doing the best they can to take out the Hedgehogs, but I just think that there's not enough. Yeah, look, that Hedgehog's move speed is pretty severely impacted, but it's still able to get away from the Gaunts and the Brute. Oh, but the Sentinel showed up, and the move speed buff from the Sentinel kind of counteracted the debuff from the Spriggans. But now that Spriggans have been kind of revealed, it's almost like, all right, well, I know I have to start building static D around all my important stuff. Actually, taking out the BK lab would be huge, and it's so close to this cliff right here. Taking out the BK lab basically means that your opponent can't build Exos until another one's built. And that's annoying because you want a power build, which means your opponent needs to, like, get the right amount of bobs. No, go for the lab! I believe... Is the upgrade already finished? No, it wasn't even started. Can you take it out, though? It does take it out. At the cost of a single Spriggan. Worth it. Well worth it. The other machine lab comes up. Skymine's being deployed. Skymine's costing 25 Luminite now. I think they were supposed to cost 25 Luminite in 0.3.1, but there was some bug that wasn't... the Vanguards weren't getting charged for their goods. But they are now. Alright, Therium Camp, Therium Bruiser is going to fall pretty quickly, despite getting a couple of shots in with his meaty mitts. Yeah, now the Vanguard's going for their own health camp. Well, really, it should be... No, that's Snoxtar's health camp. Snoxtar hasn't taken his own health camp yet. It's unfortunate. But, yeah, I think having seen where... That that Mixu's army is kind of up here at the 12 o'clock position, or at least, you know, taking stuff there. He can afford to do some cheeky little backdoor stuff with the Spriggans. We'll keep an eye on that in a moment. So many Hedgehogs coming on forward with Hornet and Medtech support, and a Sentinel for that matter. And the Hornet's throwing down Sky Mines to make sure that the Shadow Flyers don't bother them. Quite a few effigies going down. No, what are these Spriggans doing? What are you doing? You're gonna get found by everything. One Medtech gets taken out, and a Medtech and a Hedgehog is not the kind of connections that you want. I would think you would want, like, it's more important to take out structures than... No, so many Spriggans are gonna get taken out here. We do see a few shots land from the Hedgehogs. They got sieged up, but yeah, the Hornets ripped through these Spriggans. We're down to just 4. And, yeah, it's a lot of Sky Mines. The V5 rocket launchers on the way, and here we go. It shows up. No, Sky Mines! Take out so many Shadow Flyers. That is a lot of money to be lost. Yeah, look, in a matter of, like, 2 seconds, not even a second and a half, the Hornets just ripped through all those, oh, wow. Rip through all the Spriggans. Alright, so peak performance getting researched by the Machine Lab, which is a Vulcan upgrade. We don't see any Vulcans just yet. I don't know if that was that a misclick? Because typically, like, we don't see the Hedgehog upgrade, and he's got tons of Hedgehogs. We don't see... Like, how is it not the Hedgehog upgrade, is my question. Yeah, these, we saw, yeah, I was gonna say we saw a volley from the, Gaunt's land while they were standing on Shroud. I didn't see any infestation, though. Alright, Magadon's gonna stomp on forward. They're gonna say, hey, welcome to the front line. Okay, there we go. We do see a Vulcan now. There we go. Another fantastic connection here from the Magadon's gonna get great surrounds on those Hedgehogs, but the Hedgehogs pretty hard counter the Magmadons, and yeah, now Snoxtar's down to 72 supply against Mixu's 187. This is rough. Snoxtar GG's out. Mixu takes the winner's bracket final. Snoxtar going to drop down to the lower bracket, and he's going to try and get back into the finals that way. GG's, guys. Thank you for the great games.